One more time, we're gonna celebrate.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go, guys. One
Last
last
pod.
stream. Longest 5 months of my life.
You
Come
on.
Stop talking.
Yeah.
My first question is for Michael. Will you be back next year with us? You hate football?
Haven't you seen my coaching staff come together? Like, I don't even know what it's coming together like, but we'll be locked in for next year.
Good luck.
All right. Well, it's been, hope you gentlemen have had a couple nice weeks or just 1 week off, but we're back here 2 weeks after our last stream. We have a Super Bowl, and the New England Patriots will be in it against the Seattle Seahawks, and we'll talk quickly. So, Michael, you went 2-0 last week, so congratulations, or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was
Undefeated.
easy. It was kind of light work, but what are you gonna do?
Maybe a certain weather storm helps one of those picks.
No.
Maybe. No? Okay. Well, Cam, you and I were both 0-2, so bad reads from us there, I guess, at least from a spread perspective.
I feel
We
like
both
you
have-
guys can count it as 0-1 because the other one's kind of just like it's a wash. You're never gonna pick against them, so it doesn't even matter.
We'll see.
I don't think, honestly, I don't give a fuck about the spread year-to-date records. Pats won the Super Bowl. Like, I could have gone 0 and fucking 164 or whatever it would be, but Pats won the Super Bowl. First time as an adult, first time on the pod.
First
we
time as an adult?
Yeah, we were in high school.
That's true.
Yeah,
some of us were 18 at the time that they went.
I was 17. To keep the record straight. But no, I mean, yeah, I had to drive my parents home. You know how that kind of works. But no, I mean, extremely excited. Also, you know, that nervous, excited kind of, you know, butterflies in your stomach. But honestly, just super excited for Sunday. Already got Friday half day, so an early start to the weekend, and I got Monday off. So gonna enjoy the Super Bowl
as well.
Yeah,
my
so
shot on that one.
yeah,
What's
gonna
Monday?
enjoy the day after the Super Bowl. You
Is
call
it
it
anything? You just
I took
taking it off?
Yeah,
Respect.
yeah.
Well, last year I was like driving home from Providence. It was like 11:30 p.m. I was like, next year I'm just gonna take this day off, no matter what. Like I'm half drunk. Might as well fucking. I wasn't driving, but might as well have the day. I just want to clarify that.
Call the cops. Get the cops.
I was not driving.
Yeah, call Timmy.
Anyways, so back to the previous year, or this whole year is coming down to this last week. Michael,
How it happens.
you've done it. You're over 500 at 112, 108, and 3 for 51%. Can't go under 50%. So I think
we're all above 50%.
Yeah, that's pretty good for a podcast.
We should have bet. Come on.
Rat finishes the year at 22, 21, and 1, so he's over 500 as well for 51%. So you and him, Michael, are both at 51%.
Can we go to the decimal point though? Can we like see where
I don't
know if that favors you.
Yeah.
We don't have
just keep Anyways, edit that out.
Cam, you're only at 52%, 138, 126, and 4. But I mean, I say only over 50% is good.
No, it's been
I was 147, 117, and 4 for 56%. So I win the spreads this year. I mean, we kind of knew that, but we'll keep that tally of that. Cam, you had the spreads last year. Does that mean, Michael, you're due next year, 26, 27?
I have been due, so maybe not, but
all right. Well, that's all on the records last year.
What about the you didn't separate out playoff spread, right?
No, we didn't. Right. We didn't do that the first year, so we're never doing it. It's just a full season.
I low-key would probably be at 10% if we're doing playoffs. I got fucking ice cold.
I think you've had a good playoffs, Michael, because you're hovering around.
Yeah.
50%.
I think I did too. I was at least I think I was 4-2 the first week, and then I don't know, and then 2-0. So
hey, when it matters, you're hot.
All right. Well, we've recapped every game so far, so might as well keep it going for the conference championship games, even though it's pretty much old news. But we can kind of just talk about how it's going to affect the Patriots and the Seahawks heading into the Super Bowl. So the first game on that very snowy Sunday was the Patriots and the Broncos, 10-7.
Can I just say I love the new banners?
These are actually, I was going to do something different, but these are for the UFC stream. But do you like them better than the blue ones?
I
yeah,
like them.
I like them too.
Maybe we'll keep them around. I'll tweak some things in the offseason, maybe. Anyways, Pats get the job done against the Broncos. Cam, your immediate reaction to this game in terms of a Pats victory, and then we can maybe go to Michael after that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of
should talk to Pats.
I mean, I kind of alluded to it, when we were doing intros. I mean, it doesn't really matter necessarily how the game is played, but the Pats came out on top. They got a chance in the Super Bowl right now. I honestly don't know. I think the way that they played was affected by the snow. I don't know if the snow necessarily helped them or not. I think they kind of took control of that game prior to the snow, but they just altered their game plan within it. But obviously, I mean, 3 extremely difficult defenses they faced in the playoffs, 2 of them in extreme weather conditions. It's obviously not been the prettiest run, and I know everybody's saying it's the easiest road for the Pats to go to the Super Bowl, but it could have been the easiest path for anybody else to make the Super Bowl, and none of them did. So I honestly think Denver's defense and Houston's defense is better than the Seahawks defense going into Super Bowl week, but I also haven't watched as much Seahawks football, or specifically on the defensive side of the ball. So maybe they prove me wrong, but I'm also very curious to see how Drake will play in, knock on wood, a normal weather game. Seeing how his last 2 have been, in pretty shitty weather. And I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm very excited. Obviously, like, that Pats Denver game wasn't the most entertaining, but at the same time, it brings that old school football vibe into it. And I've been telling a lot of people around here in Charlotte, like, getting a lot of 0-1 vibes, just in general. Got a new, the first year head coach. I mean, not that Bill was a first year head coach when he won, but second year quarterback, underdogs, and also that snow game when Vinatieri kicked the field goal. And then you have the snow game against Denver where you squeak one by and then you find yourself in the dance. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game plays out. I'm more just, like, holding on to everything to make sure that I can get to Sunday and then that game will start. But I don't know. It's honestly, I could see it going either way at this point when it comes to the Super Bowl. But in this game, not much more to add. I think I think the Pats defense played extremely well, like they have throughout the entire playoffs, which I think is a huge bonus going Super Bowl week. Not much to say on the offense, obviously, because we talked about it was, very weather impacted, especially in the second half. Drake's going to be interesting. He took care of the ball and that won him the game. I assume that's going to be a point of emphasis going into this week. But other than that, that's, like I said, the main difference, I think, in that game is the turnovers. Obviously, Stidham turned it, what is it, 2 at least? I don't know if he had 3, but it was, definitely 2. Drake had 0. So 10-7, close game, control the ball, control the time. Obviously won the game. Hopefully, he can continue that going to the Super Bowl. But other than that, not many other thoughts.
Do you know the significance of 10-7?
No. Enlighten me.
You're an asshole.
I'm an asshole?
It's my birthday. Michael, your thoughts on your thoughts on this?
I thought we were talking Pats football. You got me distracted.
Your thoughts on this one, if anything? I mean, we'll get to our picks in a second here.
I'm just mad at Sean Payton.
Yeah, talk about the Broncos and how they screwed this up.
They should have been up 10-0. They decided to go for it on 4th and 2 or whatever. And first of all, terrible play call. Second of all, even if you get the first down, you're still probably kicking the field goal. Kick the field goal, go up 2 scores. There's a friggin' blizzard coming in the second half, going up 2 scores.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. It's like the NFL coaches are infected by the 4th down, go for it. It doesn't make any sense to me. When you're playing a game of that magnitude, you need points, especially when the snow is coming. Points are going to be up at a premium in this game, and it just made me so mad. And like I don't know about you guys, but if I was a Pats fan, I would have been like, "Let's go! They're going for it."
That's exact. I was screaming at my television for him to go for it.
Exactly. You're like, "Let's go! We're gonna stop them. Momentum's on our side. We're gonna go down, score, whatever. We're back in this game." If they get it, then you're like, "Whatever." They're still probably just gonna kick a field goal because you don't trust anyone on their offense. I don't know. It just made no sense to me. Like, yeah, it's just terrible. And then the second half game plan, like whatever, you're not going to be able to move the ball. Like I don't know. It was terrible. Watching the second half of that game was like pulling hair one by one until you die. But yeah.
So are you
great.
An advocate for all games should be played in a dome?
No, I'm an advocate for not being stupid when you're a head coach of a football team.
When it comes to that, obviously he has the final say and he's the one that decided to go for it. But do you think that's him deciding just off the hip, I'm going for it? Or does he have another guy
I'm sure they have like 15 guys.
Yeah.
But either way, it's like...
No, I agree. I was just curious on what you...
I'm sure it was like 50-50 in his mind. Like, I'm sure because at that point in the game, Pat's offense had done nothing.
Yep.
So they're like, we'll get a stop. We'll be fine, whatever. They were way down there, so the Pats would have to drive the whole field, or they'll just punt it back to them in decent field position. Like, I could talk myself into that direction. But either way, going up 2 scores is more important to me than having a chance to go up 14 rather than 10.
Fair.
And you're still like not. But, like, good for you guys.
We deserve it. Come on.
You don't deserve it, but
it's been a long 6 or 7 years, Mikey.
It's been a long time. I know you guys haven't had that much to cheer for in your past 3 or 4 years since Mac, but yeah, I don't know what to say. If I'm a Broncos fan, I'm actually like very heated.
Fair.
All right, well, let's get into maybe a hot take. If Bo Nix plays, do they win this game?
I don't even think they do. Like sure, maybe they had more chances on offense. The second half was still going to play out the same. Like, I don't know.
I think the game plan would have been different on both sides.
I wouldn't trust Bo Nix more than Jarrett Stidham on that 4th down. Like, sure, he has a little bit more legs, but like that play call was horrendous. There was no shot of that. I'm sure they would run the same play in that situation. It was bad.
All right. Well,
you got any thoughts, Dubby?
I mean, what even thought? I feel like this was, I don't know.
It was too long ago to remember. I hate everything about this game, and I don't know. Like, sure, you guys are in the Super Bowl, but you're gonna win, and you're gonna have like 3 good wins on your season. So you can fuck off.
Why? What is this jinx coming from out of Mikey? I don't like it.
He always tries something new. I mean, I thought...
And you unjinxed me. Come on.
I just think Stidham, it was kind of obvious. I mean, that first drive, it was like either the first or second drive was just scripted, obviously, and they did well. But besides that, the Patriots...
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to say about the 4th down thing. Like, you have I think it was the second drive they scored, or was it the first drive?
Yeah, it was the second, yeah.
Either way, like, you did get that. You're like, oh, yeah, we have so much confidence in our guy. But no, it's literally Jarrett Stidham still. Like, it's still the same guy.
He
had that one good throw. He had a wide open throw in the end zone, and he had a good ball to whoever that was, Mims, I think.
Yeah.
Deep. But, like, that was his one good play of the day, so now you have confidence for the entire season to be on his back on this one play. Like, I don't know.
Fair.
I hate it.
I think Ramondre played well. Drake did enough running. I mean, throwing was kind of an issue, and we'll talk about that with maybe a potential injury on the horizon.
I mean, he made the 2 biggest plays. Like, when he really... Yeah.
And this hasn't been a great playoffs for him. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
But the defense has looked insane. I mean, you're going against the Texans, the Broncos, and the Chargers, all who are supposed to have these like crazy defense. And I think all those games, our defense played better than all those defenses, which is insane to say. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, this game happened 2 weeks ago. I don't want to spend too much time in it. So we'll go to the comments section tonight. Questioning Michael's.
I'm trying to get it up on my screen and it's not coming up.
Mikey about to be so distracted by Nuggets Knicks. Yeah, hopefully we don't get a Woj bomb.
I don't think any Nuggets players are playing in this game, so I think
Giannis to the Knicks?
No, it's been dead.
I don't know why.
It was a thought for a minute, and then no.
Then nah.
I don't know. This is trade deadline season, and today's been insane, and yesterday too. So,
dude, how about Shefty? I put it in our chat. Shefty fucking dropping NBA bombs.
I didn't even see that.
Do you have the Shefty ESPN notifications on?
Yeah.
I have that too.
He dropped. Was it the Harden trade or was it the? It might have been a different one, but he definitely broke like one of the bigger trades of the day, and I couldn't stop.
He dropped the fucking NHL Panarin trade. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, he's a grinder. I don't think he has a life outside of breaking news. So
he loves his one little scoops he always gets every year. All right, we'll continue on. Of course, there was another game after the Patriots win. You know, everything was kind of gravy at that point. This was the people were asking me, who do you want to play? I said I want to play the Seahawks because I want to play Sam Darnold. Still have not seen like a great Sam Darnold game. Maybe I'm just a hater. But
are you kidding me? Did you watch that game?
Yeah, and I'm not.
He threw for like 350 and had like 4 incompletions.
Rams defense is also one of the worst in the NFC.
That's just not true.
He had 11 incompletions, but I digress. I don't know. I feel like didn't they get out to another lead this game? And then I think I'll save it for the Super Bowl section. Good job to the Seahawks because we had the first pick in the Super Bowl team draft. We picked the Rams. Everyone was on the Rams to win the Super Bowl. Obviously, they had some tough games and always played it close. But I think there's some issues you can point out with the Seahawks. Maybe I'm just being optimistic, but they've had a great season as well. And I think whoever wins the Super Bowl deserves it. And the Seahawks took advantage of home. Michael looks the Seahawks had a great game, and he beat Stafford had the boys whipped into shape for those last 2-3 drives, and they ultimately were able to hold it out. So, Michael, we go to you as a Seahawks bandwagon fan for the playoffs. What were your thoughts and takeaways from this game from your doppelganger, Sam Darnold? And the Seahawks.
I think it's just great. I loved it. He was dialed in. I feel like this is a confidence builder because they beat him 2 out of 3 times. The Rams offense was basically the only offense that could do anything on the Seahawks all year. So that gives me even more confidence that they're going to shut out the Pats.
You just said we're going to win this. You said we're going to win like 10 minutes ago.
I think the Super Bowl is going to be like 9-3, but that's for another day.
Bucs still had 38 points against them, the Seahawks.
Go Seahawks. I think that actually Kenneth Walker, Dog, they really miss Charbonnet because their other backup running back was just some Hulani. Is that who it is? Yeah, terrible. He looked like he had no part being on the field. They threw him a ball one time and he's like stumbling over his feet, and I don't know. That was bad.
27 yards.
That could actually be like a very big game changer because Charbonnet is their short yardage. Like he gets like 10, 12 carries a game, short yardage guy, big in pass pro. But having Kenneth Walker out there for like probably it's going to be like 85% of the snaps on Sunday, I think might be tough for him. Hopefully he's able to keep up through the fourth quarter. But yeah, Sam Darnold was electric. JSN on Gonzalez is going to be a good battle. Do the Pats shadow guys, or do they play sides?
They've switched it up in the playoffs.
Oh my god! In the Broncos game, dude, they're playing fucking 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. It was so infuriating.
Yeah. They've kind of changed the game plan team by team, and especially I've noticed a lot more man-to-man in the playoffs as opposed to in the regular season. I feel like it was more zone. But I don't know. It's going to be I agree with you. I hope if it is a man-to-man matchup, that is going to be a good battle. JSN's kind of proven, not that I like doubted him, but I definitely wasn't expecting him to be arguably the best receiver in the league at this point. But
he's like, I don't know if he actually is favorite, but he should be a very strong favorite for Offensive Player of the Year.
yeah, I mean, he's had a hell of a year. I'm not trying to discredit him. More just saying I would agree that battle between Gonzo and him would be electric if they play man-to-man the majority of the game, but we'll see.
Any additional thoughts out of you, Cam, from this game?
Not too many. I mean, I was very busy celebrating the Pats win, honestly. I didn't really care who we played. It was just the fact that we made it to the Super Bowl, but I completely agree with you, Dub. I think I said it on our previous podcast where if you're giving me the favorite to be the MVP and Super Bowl champ over a guy that's been quote unquote seeing ghosts against New England. Give me the guy that's seeing ghosts every single day of the week. Sure, Darnold's played a lot better with the Seahawks and even with the Vikings last year, but you saw what happened in that last few weeks of the season with Darnold last year, and I don't know. It's kind of like you said, Dub. Like the Seahawks have kind of came out in these bigger leads where Darnold doesn't have the pressure of having to, compete on a drive-to-drive basis. But I feel like this game they did come out to a lead, but then the Rams came back, and then I think the Seahawks pulled away after, if I remember correctly. But either way, I'm not much happier, but I'd rather see, like I said, Sam Darnold than Matthew Stafford. The only caveat with that is the Seahawks defense, I think, is much better than the Rams defense. I don't think any of us could argue against that. So it's going to be, probably arguably the best defenses in the league that Drake's going to have to face in his first playoff stint. But I don't know. Like I said, it's going to be a normal weather game. I feel like they're going to have a game plan for it. They have 2 weeks and they have Josh McDaniels to, help them out. But from a game perspective on this, I don't have much more insight.
All right, we go back to the comment section. My classmates think JSN is a fraud. I don't really know how you even
aren't very.
How does that work?
Huh.
Well, that's the thing about the Seahawks team is who's good on their team besides JSN, like weapons wise. It's like Shaheed is like fast, and I got Kenneth Walker is like a guy, but.
So how, I don't know, is Cooper Kupp, washed? I haven't watched too much of him. It seems like he's been relatively productive, but also he's got to be, 30-something as a slot receiver?
32 or 33.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp is definitely washed, but it's all right. He's still going to get his 5 catches, 40
600 yards this year.
He's
that's not terrible.
He's a possession catch guy. He'll get his 8-yard reception on 3rd and 7 and
fair. I mean, that's
that's what he does.
I mean, that's every team needs that kind of guy. I don't know much about Cooper Kupp on the Seahawks this year, so that's why I was asking.
He's got nearly 600 yards.
When do we get MVP announcement? Is that Saturday?
I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah, I think is it tomorrow?
I thought it was Saturday.
Oh, I think awards are either Thursday or Friday, and then Hall of Fame Saturday.
We don't even need to fucking talk about the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
let's talk about the Hall of Fame.
I didn't mean to bring it up.
No, everyone's been talking about it. We don't need to talk about it. Thursday at 9 p.m. is the NFL
Who was the
MVP.
last MVP to win the Super Bowl?
We had this comment already.
I don't remember what the answer was.
Well, Drake's not going to win MVP, so
yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter.
I'll pull it up for you if you want.
Do we know?
I think it was early 2000s.
Isn't it even odds for him and Matt?
Well, we made Dub look it up last time, and I think there's only been 4. Actually, I think it was Patty was the most recent one.
Yeah. Mahomes 2022
or something.
2022.
Yeah.
We have Pat, and then before that it was Kurt Warner in 1999, Terrell Davis in 98, Favre in 96. We can keep going.
Oh, Matt Stafford is minus 900 for MVP.
Yeah, I told you he's not winning. Drake's not winning MVP. They've stepped.
Where have you been, bro?
Even odds of hammering Stafford. I love those odds. All right. Well, it's time to make
All
our
these
picks.
awards are just on lock. This is unfair.
Yeah, because the voters have already voted. And
Exactly.
Anyways, it's time for our last pick of the season against the spread. Patriots versus Seahawks. I'm going to double check and make sure it's still 4.5. I didn't look, but I was assuming
we weren't prepared for this edit. If you edit this line, I'm boycotting.
Okay. Luckily for you, it's still 4.5.
No need for a boycott.
Has been since it opened.
I think I've seen 5.5 at a point, and maybe it opened at 3.5. I don't know, but mostly been at 4.5. Obviously, a week and a half before the game, or that's where we're at right now. So traditionally, as we always go, I'll start us off as the spread leader for this year. Then we'll go to Cam, and then we'll go to probably the more interesting pick, Michael. I'll see who he goes with here. But I'll start us out. I've said it all season, and we'll continue to say it. Every time I pick the Patriots, they win. So I actually love the Patriots plus 4.5. I think if I was a neutral fan, I would take the Patriots plus 4.5 because apparently the Sharps are all over Seattle, or not. I don't know if the Sharps are on whatever, but the public is hammering Seattle. And I think this is a situation where this is too many points. I think 2.5 would be good for the Seahawks. I think that's a fair number. I think 4.5 is way too many points in my opinion. So I love the Patriots at this number. Obviously, I like Patriots money line as well. I just think people are sleeping on the Patriots a little bit where, they've gotten to every playoff game they've had has been a rock fight. That's true. But they've been going against 3 of the best defenses in the NFL, and they've always found a way to outdo it and win. And you look at Mike McDonald versus Mike Vrabel. Who do you trust? I trust Mike Vrabel a little bit more. Who do you look at? Drake Maye versus Sam Darnold. I trust Drake Maye a little bit more. Now we can dive into the shoulder of it all. Hopefully it's, all just rage bait from a certain radio station and certain people that have been I'm not on Twitter these days, so I don't know if people are like speculating or whatever, but I know there's been like hidden practice film and all that stuff. So if Drake actually can't go, then it's going to be trouble, I think, obviously, if we're depending on Josh Dobbs or Tommy DeVito to win this game. But I'm assuming Drake Maye is getting the best drugs in the world. If he's actually hurt, he's going to be amped up and he's going to be ready to go. And I think maybe first or second play, they just send one deep just to say, fuck you, like he's here to play. I guess Vrabel did that with Mariota in one playoff year. But nonetheless, even if Drake's not at his full capacity, Ramondre's been a beast this playoffs. That's something I wanted to bring up with the last game. I think I did say it, but underrated MVP of this playoffs. Trayvon's been a joke, which, it is what it is. He's a rookie. You can't depend too much on him. But Ramondre's been a boss. So I think lean on him, lean on the offensive line to the right side, especially don't run to the left because those boys might be in some trouble. But keys to the game, control you can control, and I think that'll be it. Like, I think I just trust everything about the Patriots more than I trust the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are kind of on a fluky run, and I think history repeats itself. Maybe we can give a final score prediction after this too, just to make it more interesting. But definitely taking the Pats plus 4.5. Cam, we go to you. I'm sure you'll be taking the Seahawks, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. No, I'm following you, W. I mean, same concept. I've picked the Pats every single week against the spread, and I will not change that fate now. Obviously, it led to a very successful season and a playoff run. The Drake bullshit, he's fucking playing. I don't care how much
he's playing, but like, will he be this,
No, but I honestly think this is more of a head coaching kind of let the other team think about other things as opposed to the game, honestly, and just keeping everything under lock. I genuinely don't. The majority of quarterbacks at this point are probably banged up a little bit in whatever part of their body. Whether it be, I think Darnold was out, 2 or it was
Darnold had the oblique injury too. So.
Yeah, like he had the oblique injury like a week or 2 before the playoffs. Like everybody's banged up at this point. Drake Maye is gonna play, and I think he's gonna be after an extra week of rest. I think he's gonna be well rested. He'll be fine. And like you said, worst case scenario, they're gonna shoot him up with every drug that New England has. So not really concerned about that. I also completely agree. Control what you can control. I think Vrabel has been in this spot as a player and has also been to an AFC title game as a coach. And I feel like he knows how to manage a game much better than McDonald, or at least has a lot more experience than McDonald, which kind of makes me lean Pats in kind of, if you're thinking about it from a neutral mindset, like you said, Dub, like overall, I know it might be, if you're not watching a lot of football, you want to say Seahawks blow them out. Drake hasn't looked good in the playoffs, but you look at the like gritty details. Like I think there's, like you said, a head coach combination. Who do you trust more? I personally trust, the experienced head coach in Vrabel, and also, I mean, he's obviously young and inexperienced, but Drake has played at an MVP caliber level this entire year. So give me the Pats plus 4.5. I think Ramondre is going to be a huge factor. Like you said, Dub, can't imagine Trayvon's going to be much. I also could see this being a relatively high scoring affair as well, but I that scares me a little bit if it's coming down to Pats outscore Seahawks. That's where I think you get into trouble. But if you control the game and you run the ball with Ramondre and you let your defense continue what they've been doing for the past 3 weeks, and you keep it a relatively low scoring game, I think the Pats are in it. Definitely cover the 4.5 and might end up winning the Super Bowl this year. But obviously, we'll give it to the non catered picks to Mikey. I know everybody's been waiting for him to give his opinion.
It is
Michael,
true.
will you make the last pick of the game a group ride, or will you be going with your adopted team for this playoff, the Seattle Seahawks, cover 4?
Come on, last group ride of the year.
No, I don't group ride.
I don't do that.
I don't do that shit. I am taking the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl as a 4.5-point favorite, even though the odds, or the last teams to have a 4 or more point favorite in the Super Bowl have not done too well. I don't know
Also,
if anyone wants to
go ahead,
bring up that stat. What?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying it was like any team with a 4.5-point or more favorite was like 3-10 against the spread in the last 13 games or something like that in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I don't know if Dub was going to say the same thing, but I think in the last 5 Super Bowls, 4 out of the 5 covered and 3 out of the 5 dogs won outright. I don't know if that was the stat.
That's what one of our Instagram commenters, Jake Freeland, is saying. Pats win outright.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that guy. I don't know him, but I already like him.
Yeah, but honestly, this is just so sad. I'm taking the Seahawks, and I don't want the Pats to win, so I'm taking the Seahawks. I could see them covering. I'm just not picking the Pats.
Okay.
This game, I think,
Voodoo Magic or anything.
No, I think this game comes down to the defenses. I could see it being a very low-scoring game, and I think, I don't know. Both quarterbacks, I don't think will have great games. I think we'll see multiple interceptions. If there was a bet on that there would be 3 or more picks in this game, I would probably take the over. I think there's definitely a chance that this game is like low 30s total points. I don't know. It's just so sad that the Patriots are here the way they got here.
I'm sorry, Michael.
I, as a person of faith against the Patriots, brings a tear to my eye. I don't like it, and also I will say the Seahawks are a much better overall team than this Patriots team. You can say all your good things about the Pats defense and how they've only let up 30 whatever points in the playoffs. Go look back at the offensive stats of those games, who they were playing against. Like, I'm sure you guys know, and everyone who's watching, terrible offenses the entire way. Bad snow game, rain game, whatever. This Seahawks offense is a big play offense. They're not going to do a 13-play drive that takes up 7 minutes, but they will hit a deep one on you, get a big run. Shaheed, I think, will have a long one in this game. I think that the Patriots will give up a big play or two early on in this game like they have a lot of the season, letting up early first quarter touchdowns. Maybe go down a few points. We'll have to see Drake come back in this game. I don't know if he can do it against the Seahawks defense, which doesn't get a lot of sacks, but also is like sort of a bend don't break defense. They clamp down their corners, their safeties are nasty. And if we see a DeMarcus Lawrence sack in the first half and also the second half, that would be pretty cool.
Okay, maybe bleeding on to
I don't kind of before you go on your rant, Dub. When he was talking about that Seattle offense, does that remind you of anything? Maybe that greatest show on turf, 2001, biggest underdog to go into a Super Bowl. Kind of what I
were like
brought
plus
up
14 and a half that game.
Yeah, but I mean, they were going up against arguably the most explosive offense in the entire league, which Mikey kind of just claimed the Seahawks might be. But
that's not what I was saying at all.
I think
They're
I
not
don't
the
know.
most explosive offense in the league. That's
Then
like a
who is?
legendary offense. This is a good offense that has a lot of big plays.
Okay.
Don't be putting words in my mouth.
I don't really have a rant, to be honest. I feel like it just Michael's just in a corner right now. He's got to fight to get out of it. I respect it.
Okay.
All right, so Michael, we'll kick it back to you. Score prediction, final score prediction. Seahawks, Patriots, Super Bowl 60, right?
60, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 60, Monday morning. The Seahawks defeat the Patriots in a blank to blank game. What do you got?
13-6.
Oh, God. All right. Cam, what do you think?
17-10 Pats. I'm also kind of on the wavelength where if you keep it low scoring, I honestly think it benefits the Patriots more, but we'll see.
I say Pats 23, Seahawks 19.
Okay.
High scoring, Dub. We're all taking the under then. I think what is it,
it's
like
45 and a half.
45?
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got
Are we doing Focus 5 first or are we doing other shit first?
Well, we just have some other housekeeping things to do. So the Doof boys were not able to join us tonight. They're at softball. We wish them luck, and we won't probably see them.
They're at softball.
Do we want to do a stream after the Super Bowl? No, probably not, right?
Depends.
I mean, I don't know if you want to do that with the offseason stuff or if you want to wait till it starts to get towards the draft and offseason.
We'll definitely do like a round one draft, but I don't know if
Yeah.
it makes sense to like do it in between just to recap everything, but we'll talk about it. So maybe last stream, maybe not, but the Duke boys won't be here this stream. And unfortunately for the boys on the screen, we did lose the Super Bowl team draft. I still like our draft because even though Cam you went Eagles early. I think they picked Seahawks and Patriots right after we picked the Rams. So ultimately it was that first pick that screwed us over, and we were right there. The Rams were on the doorstep. Maybe should have picked up that freaking fumble in week 11 or whatever in the 2-point conversion. Nonetheless, congrats to the Doof boys. They'll be getting a lunch or dinner. I forget either way.
I think we decided on like McDonald's or
Chipotle. Chipotle using points so it doesn't cost anything. All right. Well, additionally, bad news for us in the pod, the brackets. So our standings right now, we have Tendy at 15 points, Cam in second with 13 points. I'm also tied for second with 13 points. Mark and Mikey are in the basement with 10 points. However, with the Super Bowl being worth 8 points, if the Seahawks win, which Mark has, he wins the bracket. If not, then Tendy wins with 15 points. With the Patriots, Cam, you also have the Patriots, but Tendy has 2 more points than you.
Yep.
So nothing on the brackets this year. I think last year we had a small something. I don't even know if we did anything, but bracket is going to be either Tendy or Mark. So congratulations to whoever wins that. And now we get to the Focus 5. So we continue with the Focus 5 throughout the year. It was told over and over again last year. We'll keep track of this. We're way ahead of you if we just bet units. You guys are both looking at about minus 20 units after Michael lost 1.3 units. Cam 0 for 5 last week in the Focus 5. I lost minus 1.74 units. I'm still at plus 1276, securing a positive record for the year. But this is the Super Bowl. I think one of the biggest sports betting days of the year, if not the biggest day of the year for bettors, public, sharps, all the bettors out there. So we're still here. We're still Focus 5ing. We'll start with you, Michael. You still have the worst record technically at minus 20. Let me fix this to units. 20.84 units.
He's got the book. Oh,
He's
shit.
got the book. Are you going to be going to get back to potentially neutral or positive, or just giving us your best bets? What do you got?
What am I down? 20? Sheesh.
Jeez.
I think if everyone hit, maybe I could get there, but no. We're picking winners here, not going for gold, except a little bit gold. We are first taking. This is a good one. I actually like this a lot. We're taking first drive for each team. Ramondre and Kenneth Walker both to have 5+ rushing yards in their team's first drive, which is plus 204. We're taking the first half and the second half under, which was 23.5 and 22.5, plus 206. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. Just overall low scoring. So we're doing it. But then we go off on a beaten path that we don't really want to go on, but we're going to go there anyway.
Have some fun. It's the Super Bowl.
If this is a high-scoring game, I want it to go in a certain direction, and that direction would lead to a wide receiver being the MVP of this game, which is plus 420. Not any receiver, just any receiver.
A receiver, okay.
A receiver. And then the last one that I have written down before I go to the computer here, we have a little combo of a receiver going for 2+ touchdowns and winning MVP, and that would be Jackson Smith and Jigba. Plus 2,500.
All right, so that'll get you right back in.
We might get back in there. And then our last bet, we're going for a defense/special teams touchdown in this game. And that is plus 235, which is so low. But hey, whatever his name is, Pat's punt returner, has like 4 touchdowns on the year. Rashid Shaheed's got that touchdown capability in him. So we got a lot of players who could score those defensive or special teams touchdowns in this game. So we're going for it, even though the dollar value is not really there.
Hey, we pick winners in the show, as Mark once said, not value.
No,
all right, Cam.
Definitely pick value.
What do you got for your Focus 5?
So going off Mikey's previous statements, I'm going for gold here. You can kind of imagine where I'm going with this. We're going to go from the lowest odds to the highest odds in this one. Focus 5, number 1, Pat's money line, biggest bet of probably my entire life I'm going to make. That's number 1. That's at plus 194. At least prior to the podcast, I was on the blue. Number 2 is going to be Pats and Drake 2+ passing. That's at plus 345. The third one is a little more conservative. It's going to be like we kind of talked about, if the Patriots control the running game and the clock. So I'm going to go Pat's money line with Ramondre 50+ rushing yards and Drake 40+ rushing yards. That's at plus 500. Moving on to the, bigger swings. My fourth one is going to be Pat's money line and Ramondre and Kayshon Boutte to each score a touchdown. I don't think we talked about this, but I think I don't know if it's the weakness of their team, but their weakness or their worst part of their defense is explosive plays for the Seahawks. So Boutte's obviously the big play guy when it comes to down the field throws for Drake. So if he scores and then obviously it comes into a tight red zone situation or a goal line situation, they're going to give the ball to Ramondre, not Travion. And they haven't really done much with Drake within, inside that area. So I'm going with those two at plus 1,900. My last one, kind of my big swinger, I'm going Drake first touchdown rushing. And then, not rush, but not passing. So it could be rushing or receiving. And the Pats money line at plus 2,300.
Did you really need to add the Pats money line in that one?
I added the Pats money line to every single one of my bets. So yes.
Bet with your head, not your heart. Or your heart, not your head.
There you go.
There's a little boost on the green if you're interested.
I am. Yeah, I was checking that out. I didn't get the
First
with the
seeding
boost.
scores.
I didn't check. Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna do all my evaluating, closer to the game. But
yeah, I respect that. All right, well, a lofty focus 5. Hopefully, some of those hit for you. I'll wrap up with my focus 5. I've got some interesting picks. So, starting out, we just got a parlay for the game. My only parlay on this week's focus 5. We got Pats at the spread plus 4.5 for Mondre to score and Drake 200 plus passing yards. Those two together plus 425. My favorite bet that I last year was one of the crazier bets that I've hit. Over 2.5 players to attempt to pass. This started the week at plus 185, is now dropped down to plus 160.
I thought we were doing stupid shit at the end.
No, but this, you can include whatever in your focus 5.
No, I thought we were doing I thought we talked about stupid shit towards the end.
No, this is the focus 5 winner.
Wow. Yeah. All right.
Well, last year, if you rode with that, you were waiting to the last second and thought the bet gave up, and then they put in Kenny Pickett. It was the most hyped thing ever. One of the only bets I hit last year's Super Bowl. Next one, I think the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. So what does that mean for the MVP? Drake Maye, plus 235. And then I do have one little Rams hedge pick in here. I got Cooper Kupp anytime touchdown, been in the Super Bowl before. That one just feels kind of obvious, plus 265. Last one, we went for a weird prop. JSN is going to be on Gonzalez Island. So give me Stephon Diggs to have the most receptions of anybody in the game at plus 400. Get a little odd
I like
there
that.
To wrap up my focus 5 for the year. Obviously, I'm in the positive, so I'm just playing with house money. But one with all really Patriots picks because I don't know. I don't want to be rooting against the Patriots in the fucking Super Bowl. So we're going with the Patriots narratives and then maybe with a Cooper Kupp touchdown thrown in there as well. So that wraps up on the focus 5. Apparently, there's another segment with some fun prop bets.
There's only a few.
I was looking at Gatorade colored, so that was on DK.
All right, well, you take a look into that. I have a couple of things. We can also, I don't know if you guys participate, but I'm in an Office Squares League, and I've won 2 years in a row. So I also might shout out those at the end. But for stupid shit bets, I have 3 of them. I didn't want to include in the Focus 5 because I thought we were going to do a different segment on this. But one of them is what Dub said, total players have a pass attempt over 2.5. I love that one. Josh McDaniels loves to call trick plays. You saw it. I don't think it was a Denver game, but it was, I think, the Texans game where he had that, reverse pass from Efton Chisholm to Drake Maye. Obviously, they didn't complete it, but I can see something very similar from Josh McDaniels. And, obviously you don't want it, but if there is an injury, backup comes in, 3 quarterbacks, easy. Next one,
fake kick, fake punt. Didn't mention that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My next one is jersey number first touchdown. Over 10.5 is minus 160. If you're thinking the under, the only real possibilities would be Kenneth Walker, Kayshon Boutte, and Drake Maye. Everybody else that you would expect to score as the first touchdown is over the number of 10.5. Which I think minus 160 is extremely low.
Isn't Diggs number 8?
True. Diggs too. Yeah, fair. That's a good point. But the majority of the weapons that you're expecting to score are going to be higher numbers. So I like the over of 10.5 at minus 160 for the first jersey number, first touchdown. My last one is going to be a quarterback to catch a pass. Kind of like what I just alluded to in my first stupid shit bet. But a yes is at plus 11,000 or plus 1,100. So if you see a Drake Maye, roll out to the right, a little Josh McDaniels weird trick play in order to get a big play, sprinkling, $10 on that wins you 110. I mean, I don't think that's a bad bet, but those are my stupid shit bets. I didn't get into I couldn't find, the national anthem, Gatorade, that kind of stuff. But that's what I had. I also have the square numbers if you guys wanted to hear them, which could allude to exact score, which I kind of like. But
go ahead.
All right. First one's not great. It's Pats 5, Seahawks 4. So you're hoping for a weird, 5 field goal, 15-14 game. Patriots win. And then another one is Patriots
35. What are we saying?
Yeah. True.
35-24 Patriots.
Yeah. Then you also have the Pats 1, Seattle 8. So a 31-28, 21-18. That's another one. I have the Pats 6 and Seattle 7. This obviously leans towards the favor of the Seahawks, but maybe halftime 7-6, or maybe a potential, weird 26-17 kind of game for the final score. And then fourth one's going to be Pats 8, Seahawks 7. So 28-27, 28-17 potential numbers you're looking at. And then the final one is Pats 4 and Seahawks 0. So you can see 14-10, 14-0, 24-10, 24-20. I like that one a lot. But those are my squares. Like I said, 2-time champ within the office. That's kind of how I make all my money back on last year's Super Bowl. So I'm a victim to the squares, but they've actually paid me out pretty well. So I'm going to keep riding with them until I die.
Michael, do you have any fun prop bets that you thought was a different segment?
No, not that I had before like the beginning of the show, but looking through FanDuel, I found some fun ones.
All right.
If this game is a scoregami, that's a good one. Plus 2,500. We also have odds on either Drew Lock or Josh Dobbs playing.
I have a question. Scoregami, is that forever, or is that just within Super Bowl?
I'm pretty sure it's ever.
It's probably ever at those odds.
They do have like a Super Bowl. They do have a Super Bowl one where it's the same.
Gotcha. So it is. Okay, I gotcha. Yep.
And then I do like, I don't know who I would pick, Drew Lock or Josh Dobbs. I feel like I'd pick Josh Dobbs if I were to say either one played a snap in this game. Little wildcat, Josh Dobbs, broken shoulder.
Or Josh Dobbs taking a knee to end the game like Kenny Pickett against the Eagles or against the Chiefs.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I was looking for like Gatorade color, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't find it on the green.
I didn't even find heads tails on this blue that
I feel like blue at plus 250 is unreal value for Gatorade.
What blue is plus 250?
We got orange plus 250, blue plus 250, yellow, limes, or green plus 275, purple plus 700, red, pink.
What about clear?
Plus 1100, so the lowest one. Or water.
I don't mind the clear. The clear and the water is what I'm looking. Yeah.
You got heads, tails. Which team will win the coin toss? Some of the ones you guys mentioned. Flea flicker, yes, plus 200.
Ooh, I like that one. Is that on green?
Yeah. Offensive line.
Who's running a flea flicker in this game?
Patriots.
Who's running a hook and ladder?
That's just ran one.
Wasn't it a terrible play? Didn't it?
No, it was actually arguably the biggest play of the entire game.
What am I thinking of then? Someone in this playoffs ran a flea flicker that was terrible.
Probably.
True. No, I actually do remember that, Mikey, but I forget the team. It was bad, but it wasn't the Pats. Pats had like they had like a 35-yard pass to Mac Hollins on a flea flicker to basically seal it.
Oh, that was one of my one of my focus 5 that didn't make the list was taking Mac Hollins receptions.
I love Mac this game. Give me
There was
Mac.
a prop for him to have 2 catches in both halves. I forget what the odds were.
That's too much for me, but
I don't think that's too much for me.
If we get like a Mac Hollins 3rd down receptions total, give me that.
True. I like that.
I remember
Very
2 years ago I hammered Jawan Jennings, and that was like the only thing that hit. I have a really bad track history in this Super Bowl, so I'm hoping to turn it around this year. But Jawan Jennings saved me 2 years ago. I bet him a lot. Michael, some NBA x NFL specials.
Where?
Carl-Anthony Towns.
The way you sat up in on the blue.
All right, here we go. Ready? Which will be greater, New England Patriots points scored in the Super Bowl or Carl-Anthony Towns points scored versus Boston Celtics on 2/8?
On 2/8? When did that play?
That's the day.
That's the same day?
Yeah.
What was the point scored by who?
The Patriots points or Cat points? Cats minus 110, Pats are plus 100.
If Vooch plays, give me Cat. If not, then give me Pats.
Plus 100. You got Anthony Edwards versus Drake May rushing yards. Scotty Barnes points versus Rashid Shaheed receiving yards. This is interesting.
Crazy.
This is so sad. The gambling world has come to this. Oh god.
Oh, don't worry. We got MMA too, and we got.
Are these games happening at the same time? What if Rashid Shaheed's like,
actually,
come on, guys?
I need one more. All right, last one we'll do is the record breakers. So any player to have 506 plus passing yards.
I like that. Yeah, that's crazy. There's a 7 touchdown one too, right?
Yep. It's a 7 plus passing touchdowns. It's plus 25,000. Any player to have 15 plus receptions, plus 4,000. 205 plus rushing yards, plus 8,000. And
I feel like that's the only one that has
Yeah.
like a slight chance.
What,
Agreed.
rushing yards?
The
Yeah.
rushing yards one.
Okay, that'd probably be Kenneth Walker because the Pats.
It would have to be, but the Pats defense with Milton Williams.
I don't know. I could also argue that, like, obviously we're shitting on Travion, but Travion could break for 2 that are like 80 yards plus, and then all of a sudden he gets like 2 more carries for 20 yards.
All right. Well, before we wrap up tonight, maybe a theme of this stream throughout the year, Michael's NBA.
I know.
Maybe distraction.
I know.
Bro, Jamal Murray 20 in first quarter.
Yes, and they're also losing. So.
All right.
Is it sad to be so dedicated to a team that is losing, like within the standings, to a team that doesn't have their best player?
They're actually beating them. So.
No, I'm talking about the C's
I know.
in the standings.
It's tied up right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is
they're
it?
tied or the Knicks are up half a game. So nice try, buddy.
It's close though.
Yeah,
I mean,
your team also just traded for Vooch, who's like 35 and can't move. So good luck. Have
Don't
fun.
you dare disrespect my center.
He's on
Yeah.
my fantasy team, so
you play
Yeah.
fantasy basketball, bro.
He's getting his ass kicked this week. By me.
yeah, I'm out of the playoffs. I'm not doing.
You're already
I had to
out.
outscore.
Jesus.
I think I had to outscore Savannah, maybe I don't know, someone by 1,600 points to make the playoffs. It was tough.
All right. Well, hey, shout out. What is? Oh, he's showing the scoreboard. Tough.
Scoreboard,
Yeah, that's
scoreboard.
not great.
Chat's been here tonight. Well, chat hasn't, but there's been some.
Allie's been here
One
tonight.
singular chatter has been here.
There's been some
tonight.
viewers. We got 4 viewers right now, so I don't know. They don't want to comment, but it's all good. Hey, another successful NFL season in the books. I'm sure we'll see both of you in the future. Cam, you'll join me for the drafts maybe, and then if not, we'll see you in August. Michael, NBA playoffs coming up in 2 months.
Yep. Are we
Clearly
doing a
paying
bracket
attention.
again? Are we doing
Yeah.
a bracket again?
We'll get it active for the NBA when it gets people start.
We'll
to care
do a
about the
bracket after the play-in or before the play-in.
NBA. We'll talk about that maybe.
I think we did it before the play-in last year because
We did, yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, shortest
first
game
of all,
the year.
Before we head out, shout out W for keeping this consistent for what has it been 20, 21 weeks now. Appreciate it. Always
We did
good.
miss 1 week this year. We got to work on that next year. No flights canceled.
Yeah, I mean,
That's true.
hell of a year. Had a great time on the pod. Hopefully the Pats win, unfortunately for Mikey, but had a great time picking all the picks, and I can't wait to do it next year.
All right. We'll see you guys in the future. And thanks to you guys for coming on most weeks.
Of course. Thank you, Douglas MacArthur.
All right. Well, don't worry. The Dubcast is not going anywhere. We got movie reviews. I don't know if you guys have checked out
Survivor?
Survivor 50 is happening in a couple of weeks, so that'll be exciting. We're doing more sit-down, just random conversations with guests. So I was joined by a good friend of the pod, Seth. We had a nice hour-and-a-half chat just about random things. And there's another
Yeah,
one
I
coming
saw
out.
that. What was that? Stream 101 or something like that? What was that?
Episode 202. We just call it
Yeah.
the random episode titles. Stay tuned. This weekend, we have one coming out with me, Rat, Jake, and Seth. We got into a big debate over human versus orangutan. Could a human kill an orangutan?
Interesting.
1-on-1?
Well, yeah, I was just going to say, yeah. Ooh.
Should we rehash now or?
you got to come on off. Those episodes are called Off the Deep End with Dub. So you got to come on off the deep end with Dub. All right. So stay tuned for more content. Hopefully we'll be back next year. Be in good health. Everyone have a great Super Bowl. Hope everyone has great plans and has a fun time. If the Pats lose, to my Pats fans out there, we'll be back. So this isn't the end of the world. And we'll leave you out with that. As always, be easy, y'all.